If you're selling products on Shopify, here's something that could be incredibly valuable for you. Have you ever wondered why some people make a fortune selling their products while others are not? Well, for many, the reason is simple and has to do with the name you choose for the products you're trying to sell. Here, consider this. How do you like to try selling your product and then have someone steal it from you and they make a fortune while you starve to death? Wouldn't that be awesome? Of course not. And yet, that happens more often than most people realize. Here, let me give you some famous examples. Post cereals invented country squares. Kellogg stole the idea, came up with a better name, Pop-Tarts, and built a billion-dollar brand while Post country squares faded away. Now, this might seem strange, but it's more common than most people realize. How about this? The Sunshine Biscuit Company invented Hydrox cookies. Nabisco ripped off the idea, named it Oreo cookies, and created the world's best-selling cookie, generating more than $1 billion, while Hydrox barely gets sold. Mostly because the name they chose didn't trigger the emotion centers of the brain, like Oreo and Pop-Tarts does. But there is good news. Solving this naming your product problem is actually easier to fix than most people realize. Did you hear about the mom and son with no business experience who generated more than $100 million in less than 2 years by coming up with a name for their product that skyrocketed sales? Squatty Potty. $100 million in less than 2 years. Or how about the guy who changed the name of the fans he was selling from HVLS fans for high volume, low speed fans to, are you ready? Big ass fans. And suddenly his income shot up so high that he was eventually able to sell his company for $500 million. $500 million. Today, thousands of people who are selling products are blown away by how the book Brain Glue, a finalist as the best business book of the year, shows you a simple way to solve this problem so no one can make more money stealing from you. Brain Glue shows you how to use brain triggers to get your product name and slogan to stick to your prospect's brain like glue. For a few bucks, it's the only source that shows you exactly how to come up with product names that trigger the emotion centers of the brain, where decisions are made, making it easier to get people to say yes to whatever you're selling. Now, don't be fooled by the seeming simplicity of this. So many entrepreneurs are now making millions more than they ever expected by applying this to the products they're trying to sell. Jack Canfield, who sold more than 500 million Chicken Soup for the Soul books and more than 60 other bestsellers, was blown away by the impact and simplicity of Brain Glue. Here, listen to what he has to say about it.
I love this book. I'm in that same category. I was pissed off when I was reading it because I knew I had to stop and I wanted to keep reading it because I had like 12 books to go through. But I kept going, I want to buy a copy of this for everyone on my staff, my marketing person, my social media person, my course designer, one for Patty, one for me, kind of thing. I think what really is the truth is if you use the ideas in your book, which I find fascinating, by the way. And as I said, I was ticked off and I had to stop reading because I just wanted to start thinking about, well, how could I use that? How could I use that? How could I use that? So for me, it's about how do I increase my impact, influence, sales, income, whatever it might be. That's what I'm interested in. I think you'd be an idiot to be an entrepreneur and not have this book. This should be in every marketing class in every business school in America.
Now, Brain Glue is changing people's lives. Check it out for yourself at yesbrainglue.com.